we are back for another episode of Summed Up True Crime. In this episode, I wanted to go over P. Diddy, give people kind of a quick rundown. It's kind of a big one. His charges were sex trafficking, racketeering, and providing transport to engage in prostitution. That one's a problem because it's across state lines, which makes it a much bigger issue. I can't talk today. Allegedly, he used his influence in the music industry to coerce women into sex acts that were dubbed freak-offs, as you've heard repeated several times. On July 2nd, 2025, he was ultimately acquitted of sex trafficking and racketeering. Racketeering carried a life sentence. He was convicted of the 2 counts of transportation to engage in prostitution. This was, like I said, because they transported them across state lines. The key things about this case were Cassie Ventura. She was the ex of his and a central witness. She testified to years of abuse and coercion. The prosecution argued that he ran a criminal enterprise masked as a media empire, which I guess wasn't found to be correct by the jury, which is why the 2 things were acquitted, as you would need that piece to go ahead with the racketeering. And then the defense argued that this was all consensual adult behavior. It was an invasion of privacy, and there was overreach when seizing items per warrants, which is, can be breaking and often results in mistrials or just, charges being dropped in general when police go out of their way to grab additional items. And in this case, all of that baby oil that was found and noted was not part of the search warrants. So it was weird, but they should have taken it. He does face 20 years in prison for these 2 counts that he was convicted of. That will be sentenced on October 2025. I'll be interested to see what comes of it, what he really gets set to. I'm sure he'll get time served. Honestly, if he serves any time after this at all, I will be amazed if it's not probation. The problem is that a lot of this, like they said, was adult behavior. It was very weird. It was strange stuff they were doing, but it was hard or impossible for them to prove that these people didn't want to do a lot of these things. I think, obviously P. Diddy is a weird, questionable guy doing some questionable things, but questionable isn't illegal, and that really ruined the case for them. And then along with the police overstepping their bounds. Let me know what you think. Kind of an interesting one. Definitely another sight into some weird people. And until next time.